Today I'm going to show you 10 tricks I've learned through the years to incorporate into your playing or just to have in your trick bag of things you can do on the fretboard. And a lot of these are some oddball techniques that aren't, your standard approach to scales and such. It's just manipulating the guitar to get a certain sound out of it. Some cool tricks out there, and this is a few I've learned. So when I start getting into it, if you know the proper term or technique name for it, just drop it in the comment below under this video. Let me know, because the way I describe it might not be correct, but this is how I'm going to try to convey it to you. So without any further ado, here we go. And the first one, I call it a harmonic bend or headstock pitch raise. A lot of country players do this, like when they have their Telecasters, they'll reach up there on the headstock to raise a note, which they've got a mechanism on Telecasters called the B-bender, but that's a different story for another time. So anyway, here we go. I'm going to use the G string. If I'm in A, that's how I do it. And you got to be careful when you do it, because sometimes your tuners, if you don't clip your strings properly, can prick your finger, and that's always fun. We all know that. But there's different ways you could do it. Basically, you get a natural harmonic and you just raise it on whatever string you hit it on. Now, a lot of times after you do it, your guitar will be a little out of tune. I'm good right now. But just be careful when you try it, because it can be a dangerous little maneuver. When you're grabbing up here, if you got old strings, I wouldn't try it, because they could pop, and you know how that goes. Alright, next, I call this a hammer-on or a muted grind. A lot of players like Zach Wild and Gus G, they do this. Just look up Ozzy Live. Just about anyone he's had play alongside him has used this. But pretty much, you use a lot of hammer-ons, and then you use your picking hand to mute the string and just kind of like move towards your fretting hand. Almost gives it a flanger kind of effect, and you can do it on any string you can find it on. There I'm actually using a hammer-on with 2 frets. You can even use 3. I've seen Zach Wild do it. Anyway, that one's pretty easy. Just about anyone can do it. And I call that hammer-on muted grind. Alright, the next one, Jake E. Lee, and Randy Rhodes, they were 2 big ones that really incorporated this. You'll hit like a note or something, or just hold out a chord, and if you don't have a whammy bar, like me, you can just grab the back of your neck, headstock, and the body, kind of push against the 2. I'd be gentle, because you can break your guitar if you do this too aggressively. But here's an example. It's kind of like giving the guitar vibrato in a way. Okay, that was number 3. Number 4, this one a lot of people do, and it's a lot easier if you have a string muter, because that's basically what this technique is. I just call it a right hand neck grab or mute. You don't have to have a pick for this, because there's a lot of legato, hammer-ons and pull-offs. And say I'm in D. It's just, you basically take whatever scale and play it with your left hand. And this hand basically mutes other strings from, all that unwanted noise and such. But that's that. Alright, number 5. This is something I actually learned off of Dimebag Darrell, mainly when he was in Damage Plan. And I call it a tap harmonic bend. A tap harmonic bend, or the Dimebag trick. You basically hit a note. Let's say you're on the A. And you would hit the note. That'd be 3, 5, 7th fret, and you come down here to 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and you'd hit the same note. So you'd hit the note like this, pick it, and then tap it with your right hand on your finger. And you could like raise the note. Different ways you could do it, but Dimebag would do that, and then he'd throw his Floyd Rose into action or his whammy pedal, and you just get some wild sounding effects off of it. But that's the broken down plain Jane version of it, what you're basically doing. Different ways you could do it, but that's how I do it. Alright, number 6, pre-bend tapped note. I don't know if that's what you'd call it. I picked this up off of a video of a guy that was playing in a guitar competition on YouTube years ago, and I still don't do it properly, and I've never actually used it in my playing, but it's pretty cool, the concept. If I'm in E, using a pentatonic, you basically just go up your scale, but what you do is you do a pre-bend. Well, actually, you hit the note and then do the bend. It's kind of a weird technique, but a lot of people could use it if they could figure it out. You basically hit the note and then raise the note you bend to that one. Raise it to that same pitch. Kind of an oddball one, but it could be useful. Alright, let's see. Number 7. Tap scales and natural tapped harmonics. Basically, it's a lot like that Dimebag trick, but instead of hitting the note like this, you basically just grab the fret and copy it on this end of the neck. You literally hit the fret you're trying to mimic right on top of it. And you can play scales or anything that way. It's just your pentatonic. You could get a little bit more elaborate. Let's see. Ooh. Anyway, it's a trick to it. Anyway, it's basically using your natural tapped harmonics and playing scales and such. I mean, there's a lot of different things you could do with it. Alright, number 8, let's see. Natural harmonic tuning key trick. If you don't have a whammy bar like my guitar, it's kind of like doing that natural harmonic thing again. You could give it some action using your tuning key, which is some Jimmy Page, Led Zeppelin kind of trickery, if you will. You gotta be careful when you do stuff like that, because you gotta, get back where you were before you grab the tuning key. A lot of people do it on a low E to give like a dive bomb kind of effect. Different things you can do with it, still pretty cool. Alright, this one, a volume swell, it's kind of like a kill switch kind of thing, and if you don't have one, that is. Now a lot of guitars like Les Pauls or SG where you have 2 volumes, you can cut one of them off, like on your neck volume, and then you could use your switch to like use it as a kill switch. But like my guitar, 1 volume, 3-way switch, I had to improvise, and one thing you can do, it's just like kind of like a Yngwie Malmsteen kind of thing when you do it that way. But the way I normally do it, say I'm doing a bend like this, it's really cool if you add delay. It kind of like keeps echoing although you cut the volume of the guitar off. There's like different things you can do. If you have delay, it really sounds cool. Takes some getting used to. I hadn't got it down myself. Alright, this last one, number 10, you can imitate R2-D2 from Star Wars or just a bird, and you use your high E and you pick. kind of simple, but it's actually pretty cool. In the song Freebird, Gary Rosington, when they'd play live, he would actually do that on his SG to make it sound like a bird in the song. And the R2D2 one, it's kind of the same thing. You see what I'm saying? But anyway, there's tons of tricks out there, and I might post a video after this one pretty soon involving a Floyd Rose and some of the tricks you can do, from Jason Becker to Dimebag Darrell or Eddie Van Halen. But anyway, I hope you gained something from this, and once again, if you know the proper term for some of the tricks I demonstrated, drop them in a comment below this video, let me know. And once again, thanks for watching. Like, share it, spread the word. If you want more, let me know. Anything in particular, drop it in the comment. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you.